Now two flags fly above my land that really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that.
Hey y'all, Big Bub here from Big Bub Outdoors. I have been challenged by High Velocity Savage and Outdoor Fanatic to the Survival Knife Challenge. We all talked about this. Rules was it's got to be done by this weekend. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm going to try and get this, squeeze it in. It's real late in the day, not too far from time to go to work. I've already pre-done a few things. I don't have a survival knife. If you watch Outdoor Fanatic's reveal of his survival knife he's got, it was a Manic or Manix. I could be butchering that. I only watched it real fast at work, but it was real cool. It's got like a slingshot and another knife in it with a gut hook and a can opener and all that, and got tons and tons of paracord. But I think he said on Amazon it was like $14, so it was amazing. But in all reality, how many people carry a big survival knife on them? I know I don't. Hell, I don't even know where my survival knives are. I have a bunch of old school Rambo knives, man. I used to collect them all the time. Then I got into paracord.
I know where your little one is.
As y'all see, I do paracord handles on my fishing poles. I got paracord straps for my guns. I bought an old cheap watch, and I bought these off of eBay. This little clock right here, and right there it's got a good flint, nice little whistle. Inside this, like I said, I went through and ripped this thing apart. But inside this watch, that's round. Okay, you have got your flint, your whistle, and on this end you got another piece of flint. This is supposed to be like a saw slash wannabe knife in emergencies, and it is your striker for your flint. And of course, you know, you got your watch. There's a total of 14 foot of paracord here. Underneath this, like I said, I've done pulled it apart, and it's been about 4 years since I built this, so my hooks got a little wet. I got two small hooks in this thing, and roughly, I think I lost it. I just had it in my hand. Well, my fishing challenge might be over before it starts, because I think I lost the string that was in there. It sat here forever. There it is. Roughly about 40 foot of string in this thing. Okay, if you look here, there's these 4 main bands on this watch. Okay, you unwrap this, and it's actually on this side from right here to here, and then it goes underneath the bands right there and then rolls up into here. I had that all wrapped in here, and the reason I used, like most survival knives you see mono, I use 80-pound braid. 80 pounds a lot, so I think in a survival situation you can pretty much catch anything, but braid has no memory. That's why I use it. You can wrap that, it's, I mean, super tight. But out here the challenge is we got to catch some fish with what we got. The boys, I guess they felt like they had a little bit more of an advantage on me. So they did let me bring a pocket knife. This is just a standard. Oop, there went my string. Got a gut hook on it. This is an Elk Ridge knife. It's got a gut hook. It's hard to do this all at one hand.
All you gotta do is ask her.
You take the camera. Yes, I actually got the wife with me today, so she can actually video some of this for me. It's got regular knife, and then the main reason I wanted to, bring it is the saw. Because
here, let's do the saw a little closer, baby.
And I'm going to find me a sapling, and I'm going to make me an old pitching,
kind of like a cane pole.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an old pitching pole.
Well, yeah, I like to fish.
My grandma and grandpa used to do it back in the day. I grew up with it. Like I said, I got all this string. I should have plenty. It's kind of knotted up. I'm gonna have some fun sitting unknotting this stuff.
It's not knotted.
But it takes 30 minutes to tear that apart. It takes 5 minutes to put the damn thing back together. So I already got it tore apart. Oh, it does have 2 sinkers with it, but I'm not going to use those. It's just 2, the absolute smallest pinch sinkers that they make. I had in that. I do make those. If y'all want one, leave a comment down at the bottom, and I might be able to work something out. I've never made them for people or sold them. But if you guys want one, I'll come up with a price, because I know what it costs me to make them.
Are you talking about the pinch sinkers or the regular sinkers, babe?
Talking about the entire survivalist watch, or I make a survivalist just bracelets, and they've got actually my new clasp has got compasses on them. When I made that one, I didn't know they had a clasp with compasses, and they only had it in black. I got orange at the house, which I've yet to find an orange watch, because I don't want to do black and orange, because then I have to use 2 different paracords. I want to find an orange face watch so I can do the whole thing in orange. But anyway, off that subject, we're going to kind of walk over here. Part of this challenge, we got to find our own bait out here. There's people that feed ducks and random animals where I'm getting ready to go with bread, and there's always bread left around here, so I'm hoping to find a couple pieces of bread. But if not, I do got an option out here that a lot of people don't have.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you. Right here, you guys see this pond? Well, kind of like a pond.
That ain't a pond. That's our mud hole. We actually go mudding in there.
There's frogs in there and tadpoles right now. Yeah. I'm trying to catch them, but I kind of slid in the mud.
I've got my net. Well, I guess I can't use the net because it's a survival watch challenge. I'll have to.
I'll dive in if I have to.
I'll have to make a small dam if I got to. But I'm gonna go and I'm gonna chase down. Let's see if I can't get some of them to jump here. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see all these.
They're jumping. Ah, there goes one.
I'm barely walking.
There's a cricket right there. Grasshopper, baby. Can you get him? Did you get him?
I'll show y'all right here. That's all we did right in here. See, I got all kinds of bait, boys. Y'all going down today. Big Bub's coming back with a vengeance.
I'm just to let y'all know, I'm going to try catching a frog. See how we do with that one.
But I'm going to get off here because there's no rules stating that I can't get like a cup or something out of my van. It's just we had to find our own bait and use the watch. So I'm gonna put this in something. Hell, I might just go find one around here, because we in the West Terre Haute River bottoms and motherfucking people litter everywhere. So I'm gonna find some shit. I'm gonna try and find a bunch more of these, because I'm gonna tell you right now, that bait right there is gonna be the killer out here. I'll get back to y'all here in a bit. All right, y'all. It's been about 20 minutes. I'm tired of chasing crickets. I got about 15 or 20. I'm very picky. It's not like there's not an abundance of them. I just come over here. don't know if y'all can see all them jump, but they're just so small. But the wife went walking around. Like I said, there's people out here that feed ducks and whatnot, and hell, they might fish with it. I've seen some videos of people fishing with bread. I've never done it. She found a bag down here. They're kind of hard, but I got a few pieces of bread, and then I found this monster can sitting over off the bank. It's got my crickets in it.
Grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers, crickets, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Crickets are black, grasshoppers are green. Well, not all grasshoppers are green, but the majority of them.
I think there's a lot more of a difference than just color, but anyway, so I got those. I got my flint. Hopefully we can find some dry enough stuff to start the fire to do the cook, because I wanted to make it a little harder on everybody. Now, you had to catch a fish, cook it, and then whoever caught the most won. That was the original challenge. Who caught the most won. Well, I threw in the cook. Well, the problem is these fellers, they all get to use nice fancy matches. I don't know what the hell that means. I ain't used a match in years. Hell, I don't even use lighters no more.
I do.
But I do use a lot of flint. I got flint in my tackle box. I got flint striker for my lantern. So we're gonna walk down here, just through that set of woods right there, like 10-15 feet is the lake I'm gonna go at. We're gonna walk down here and we're gonna go to the back side of it. It's where I like to go and catch some bluegill. I got to hurry up because I got to go to work, and my mama just messaged. What's wrong?
Dragonfly in our car.
There's a dragonfly in the car. My mama just messaged and said that my daughter wants to come home, so I'm not going to have a whole lot of time on this fishing. So I'm going to get down here, I'm going to get a sapling cut and start fishing. So I'll get back to y'all here in a little bit.
Go ahead.
Hey y'all, Big Bub here. Back here at the fishing hole. You know, the lake's down quite a bit. I have her pan the camera down. The lake's usually right here, and as y'all can see, it's way down there. We got a lot of fish I can see swimming around. I was going to cut a sapling for a pitching stick, and I got thinking I can't do that no more. We're on the Wabashiki wetlands out here, which is DNR property, and you can't disturb the wildlife. So I went and did the next best thing. I went and found me a piece of an old driftwood that was down in the water. It's fairly strong, so I'm gonna show y'all what to do.
Let's just say it's taller than he is.
That come a couple of inches off the top, and you're going to take and you're just going to kind of carve in some grooves. And what this is going to do is it's going to help channel your line. You put it on here
closer,
so it doesn't slip. You just kind of cut channels in it like this. And it might take a little bit. Like I said, this is still fairly green, even though the outside's kind of done. The inside's still fairly green, so it's going to last. That's good enough channel right there. You just kind of want a little channel there, and then you just go right on the opposite side. And you want to make these channels at an angle, kind of like doing a survivalist bow, which hopefully I get a video of that here soon. I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to make a longbow to actually go deer hunting with.
Speaking of hunting, we found deer tracks back there.
Yeah, we're down here in the Wabashiki wetlands, my hunting grounds, my stomping land. she's noticing all the deer prints and everything. It is getting very close to time for season here in Indiana. The 29th and 30th is opening day of youth gun season. They have the two days before
is
bow
that
season.
in this month or?
That's September.
September, okay, so next month.
Next month. And then 1st of October every year is opening day of bow. So we're going to have the bow tech out, and hopefully I've got the new chest piece for the camera.
It should be here soon, baby.
I'm going to try and order a bow mount. I'm going to do some video on with the chest piece shooting my bow. If I don't like those videos, I'm going to order the bow mount and I'll overnight it. To try and get y'all some more. Got a lot of bluegill down here on spawn.
Where?
See the holes over here? I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you see them 6 holes right there?
Yeah.
A bunch of bluegill right there. So,
yeah, I couldn't really tell if I could see it on the video or not.
So we're going to try and get some bluegill. And we got to catch one of them. Might catch a bass, I don't know. But if I catch a bass, I got to make sure it's legal size. If I catch a carp, I ain't cooking that, y'all. Well, I guess the rules say we just got to cook it. Didn't say we had to eat it.
I'm sorry, I'm against that.
But
you can't just cook a fish and not eat it.
I know. So we're going to cook it and...
You're eating it. I don't eat fish.
Even though she is on that rule, I'm going to make her try a fresh fish over the thing. I don't care what she says. She can keep saying no.
I do not eat any fish.
She will today.
He thinks.
I'll tell you right now, when everything goes to shit and we all out, she's going to be loving that fish.
No, I won't. No, I won't.
All right. So I got my channels cut.
Let's see.
So I got, they're at an angle like this.
It's kind of like if you're going to go cut a tree down, you kind of use an axe like that way too.
We're going to put that there. And I put that line.
Somewhere.
Shit.
What'd you do with it?
I don't know. I lost it earlier too. There it is.
Such a dork.
I'm trying. Get this all undone.
It shouldn't be tangled that much.
No, it's still got a little curl. It don't have a whole lot of memory. It's got a little bit. There's an end right here. All right. So, what we gonna do here? You gonna take this?
Hang on, I'm gonna come around a little bit so they can see better.
Hold your piece off. And good tagline. All right. Come around once. Around twice. Around a third time. Okay. Now basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna put your finger here and make you a nice little loop. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, got 7 around there. Set it through that loop. Set it up back through the next loop that it makes. Cinch her tight. Spit on her a little bit. Just keep on cranking her. And she will lock down on that bad boy. As you can see, she cut into that real good. And it turned right into the bend. Just like I wanted it to.
Do I step on it? Okay.
Nah. And we got a shit ton of line here. So I don't think I'm going to use all this. I'm going to have the wife grab it and kind of walk back up the trail.
I would.
That's all right. It just bundled up. So we're just going to cut it off about right here. On that pocket knife here.
Should be in your top pocket, baby.
And if I catch my first fish, I'll pull this out. I found some old dried up newspaper. Well, it ain't too dry, it's kind of wet. Stuck it in my pocket, hoping that my clothes will dry it out a little bit. Just a small piece of newspaper, and as y'all can see, there's trash all over out here.
Yeah, there's all kinds of trash.
Try and get this lit, and we'll get some twigs and stuff, and I'll try to get that fire going. And I'll make a spigot, and I'll set that fish on a spigot. I'm gonna cut this, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get one of them hooks on here. So, and then, but see, we didn't use all this, but this might come in handy later. So, just because you ain't using it now in your survival situation, put that shit back in your pocket. You never know. I can still make a snare out of that. So, I did find out that this bread's nice and hard. It holds my hooks. It's not soft enough, so it just kind of snaps. So I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Man, maybe I should put a plastic coating over these next time I make one.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they kind of got rusty.
You wet
I'm
the
just kind
line.
of wetting it so it don't fray apart.
Shove her through the hole if you can get it in there.
Yep.
Do you need my nail?
No, I'm gonna need my knife again. It's down in this pocket.
You don't ever put it in that pocket.
I know. I always keep everything in the top pocket. That hole's rusted over.
But when your hole, let me see that real quick, baby. When the hole of the hook is rusted like that, you take a knife, or if you have long nails like I do, you try to break the rust off.
Or your other hook, whatever.
Yeah, or your
you got.
other hook.
This hole's open a little bit. I scraped most of it out, but it's just not enough to get this line through there. So I'm gonna. Don't do this at home, children. You don't ever stick a knife in towards your hand. That's bad juju. Survivalist situation, that's a no-go. But I was a trained hillbilly, so we don't do that.
You're not supposed to do that. Better words, but it happens.
All right, we're gonna wet that down. We're gonna try and tighten this braid up. And tighten your braid up, and just get it wet, pinch it, and then spin it. And it'll then take your nail and kind of pull it straight, and it'll kind of flatten out. I'm hoping that it'll flatten out enough to get through this hook. And if not, I am SOL on this challenge, and it doesn't look like it's going to go through that hook. I'm going to try and cut it again. I might have to get my other hook out. My other hook might be a little bigger. Alright, so we threw the hook, and we're going to do what I learned when I was a kid. We're going to do
your grandma showed you that.
I was told it's called the unbreakable knot. It might be called something else. If y'all know it as something else, did about 7-8 twists in that bad boy, and kind of the same knot that I put at the top of this. And you run it back through there, wet it down, cut it off nice and tight. Take your knife,
if you can get to it.
I'll cut off the tag end, and then I'm gonna grab one of them grasshoppers, and I'm gonna toss out here and try and catch me a gill or one of these big carps.
Or bass.
And I got about 7-8 bass sitting right here, so, well.
That's if it will cut, baby.
Alright. Now, see, this makes it a lot easier that the wife decided to come with me today.
I didn't have a kid.
There's the hillbilly pitching stick, alright?
There's the stick, the line, the hook.
That there is a $200 fishing pole. I guarantee you right there, she's going to hold up some big old monsters. That's a $200 rod and reel right here, buddy. You got the rod, and here's the fucking reel. Yeah.
It's the way I like to fish. I like to do the cane poles and that kind of stuff, honestly.
So we're gonna just kind of hook this into the rod here while I find my bait.
I've got it right here, honey.
All right.
Maybe if I don't drop it.
So these some bitches can get kind of mean, believe it or not. They do bite.
What?
I got the big one in here. They get some pinchers on them. I don't know if that happens in every state or if that's just our grasshoppers around here. They still alive, so I'm gonna make them a little dizzy. Yeah, see, they popping a can. I'm gonna make them a little dizzy so they can't all of them come out at me at once. Come on, I got one. There we go. Oh, you son of a bitch, you bit me. I got two of them. That's why I got it. Oh.
Hang on.
Big fucker. Bit piss out of me. Get off my finger.
Sorry, y'all. I know you were looking at the ground there for a minute.
Let me show y'all something. I don't give a shit what anybody got to tell you. That open up and those do hurt. Alright, so.
As you can tell, he kind of yelled like a little sissy.
I did. I yelled like a little girl. God damn. I've messed my hands up so bad, y'all. They painful anymore. So we're gonna turn him over, grab him by his head here. And what you do, you see these little joints?
I'm gonna skid around so we can get back.
You go inside these joints, and you just gonna feed his ass.
Yeah.
Up and on. You're just gonna feed that hook right up on him like that. And we're gonna go get a little pitch and woo.
You're moving too fast, baby. There we go.
So he's still kicking there, everything. He's gonna be real good.
Poor grasshopper.
We're gonna go get him a good pitch out here. I'm get on my line.
Are you gonna walk down and throw it, baby?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk all the way down here and I'm gonna pitch him.
All right, I'm gonna come this way so we can see you.
I think I'm just gonna set my rod right in here.
That's fine.
And I'm really not gonna use the rod, y'all. The reason I got it is you never know what you're gonna get out here. There's a possibility.
Baby, that's not gonna sit very long.
No, I set it up at an angle like that.
There you go.
Possibility that something could actually pull that in. You know, pull this line out my hand. And if they pull it out my hand, I still got a chance to grab that. So, got a little pitch and move here.
I zoomed in a little bit so they can see better.
I'm kind of looking for some of the fish down in here.
You mean that fish right there?
Yeah, I'm watching him.
I don't know if y'all can see him. I'm gonna try zooming in a little bit, so maybe. But there's a fish right here that he threw the line at. We're hoping for a bite. But anything else?
No, if I need to get out deeper, I'll teach y'all how to I'll untie this when I get the knots out of this other piece. And I'll teach y'all how to tie a string to string with a pretty good knot. That way I can get out a little deeper if I have to. But I'll get back to y'all here in a little bit and we'll see what happens. We're going to leave this sit here for a little bit and try and catch a fish. I might walk up and down. I'm not going to bore y'all to death of me not catching nothing. But I lost the last challenge. I don't plan on losing this one. So I'll get back to y'all here in a little bit.
Get ready to go. Sorry.
Recording. Yeah, we're good. Alright, y'all. Yeah, here, go ahead and do that.
You're driving.
We're leaving 6th Street Levee, Wabashiki Wetlands. We're going to go and get the star of all my shows. She wants to come fishing with Daddy, and Mamo is, I guess, ready for her to come home. So I'm going to run back home because we ain't but like a mile from the house. And then
yep, the baby wants to go with us.
We're going to go and go down to, well, it's a Funk property. It used to be owned by him. Not going to say his whole name on YouTube for the world to know, but he used to own it, and there's some man-made ponds back there. Got some pretty nice sized bluegill. You guys have seen Fat Boy Dan do some fishing back there with his wife, and I think Hunter was with him a few times back there. That's where I was at last year when I killed my buck. Was back there. That's where the big sand dunes are at, right there. There's all the water, wetlands and everything. Dave sold all that property to the Indiana DNR, so I know them ponds are full of bluegills, and mine here is just absolutely super low, and everything's out deep. And even if I would add the extra line that I have, it still wouldn't be far enough to get to them. Like, I could see them on top of the water, and they were a good 60, 70 feet from the bank. And normally they're right up on the bank. But like I said, normally that water's
Higher.
You know, I showed y'all where it's at. It's probably 10 foot low. You know, because it's normally, you step off the bank and you're in the water at least 8 feet, maybe 10, depending on where you're at. And there's some holes that I know that are there straight off the bank that are like 14, 15 feet deep. So with it being that low, it's changed everything. But on the bright side, I did find all my bait there. That's my main reason of going there, is because people leave stuff there all the time, like bread. Sometimes you find night crawlers, which I didn't find any of those.
But you also find hooks, string, you know, fishing line. I've actually caught poles and everything else because of it.
In a survival situation, if you know the areas and you know what people leave around, you know where to look. Like that piece of where I was just at, there's a few people that know about it, but not enough people know about it where I was just fishing. So it's not enough that there's going to be a lot. It's going to be like trampled over to where people are going to get back there and try and find what they can. But there is enough people back there that they just don't care, and they leave a lot back there. Like I said, we found a small IGA bag with 3 pieces of hard bread in it. I've seen a lot of videos, cats and carps fishing with Luke. Luke does a lot of, he's done quite a few with bread. I just always use the handy dandy worm or cricket for bluegill, because that's what is usually the fastest to bite. And I got a small enough hook to compete for bluegill. So like I said, we're gonna pick up the star of the show. We're almost at the house now. And we're going to go, and I'm actually going to let her do the fishing with the pole. I'm going to check it out and let her do it. There's no rules saying my daughter can't fish with the pole. It's just everything has to be used out of my survival launch here. Now, I will keep one fish, High Velocity Savage, Outdoor Fanatic. If I am wrong on this, y'all can disqualify me. Where I am fishing is Wabashiki wetlands, and we cannot start a fire there. So I will keep one fish, and I will take it home, and I will still start the fire
with everything in that.
With this. And cook it, and I'll still try and eat it. I know Anna will eat it.
The wife won't.
She's like that old-timey commercial. Hey, have Mikey try it. He'll try anything. That's Anna Bug.
Yes, it is.
So, if you guys have to disqualify me, that's cool. Because I know it's a catch and cook, but we didn't specify the rules that we couldn't take it home and cook it, because the properties that I have to fish are
public.
They're all public land, but the thing
reserve.
is they're reserves by DNR, and we cannot start fire there. That's a big no-no, and that's a big fine. And there's not a challenge in the world that's worth a hefty $500 fine for starting a fire.
Nope,
so I'm gonna get off here. I'm pulling up to my mom's now, and we'll see if we can't even get something. but I'll catch y'all here in a little bit. All right, y'all. Went and got the baby. Say hi, Bug.
Hi.
Buggy did not want to go out to Dave's. Buggy wanted to come to her favorite park out here at Maple. So we're going to go over here at Maple Park and do this challenge. So I'm going to get off here. Hopefully I can get everything on video. My camera is at 28%. So I'm going to make these real short, and I hope I get everything, y'all. So I'll catch y'all later. Alright, y'all, Big Bub here from Big Bub Outdoors. We are doing the survival knife / survival watch challenge y'all see me take. We got to do everything primitive. We had to find our bait, had to find our own everything. I got my line. Y'all see me make my fishing pole earlier. Anna wanted to come to the park. She's over there. I have talked to Outdoor Fanatic, and I talked to High Velocity Savage. It seems like all of us are going to some type of park, so nobody can start fires, so it looks like everybody's taking one home. So I'm gonna get fishing. I'm gonna get this little flicking stick out and try and complete this challenge. I lost the micro rod challenge, so this is Big Bub. I'll catch y'all here in a little bit. Hey y'all, Big Bub here. I got like 2% left on this camera. I'm going to try and get my first fish on, but I got a bite. I don't know if y'all can see that line right there in the water. It's moving, and I'm just waiting on him. Oh, got it. Hey y'all, Big Bub here from Big Bub Outdoors. My camera died. I was trying to show y'all what I caught. Man, I tell you what, this was fun. I really enjoyed this. I only got 2 fish. I ended up walking down just a little bit. If y'all watch some of my previous videos, I fish that lake all the time. That lake gets filled up by the river, and I went down a few feet from where I was at. I had the camera cut off as I was hooking the fish, and it made me so mad because that place is full of everything. Catfish, bluegill. That's one of my favorite places to catch bluegill, and I was expecting to catch a bluegill tonight. All I used was crickets. I never even tried the bread. I did not expect to catch what I did, but it's been a little while. But right there, now if we was going for big fish, right here, bam, got a nice, probably 3-4 pound carp. He's fat. And then I got this drum. They're still fucking nasty, slimy and shit, covered in sand where I pulled them up. My dog's trying to get them. But part of this challenge is to cook. So I'm going to get everything ready, and I'm going to cook the carp because I want to keep that drum for cut bait, because it's really good cut bait here in the river. So if we was going for biggest fish, I might have actually won this, but since it's for the most fish, I think I'm going to lose, because if the bluegill bites on anywhere else, these guys are going to kick my ass. But you know, it's cool. I didn't get skunked this time. I got 2 fish. I'm sorry y'all that the camera died on us. I got a little bit of charge. I'm trying to get this all done before I go to work. I got to go to work in 42 minutes. So I'm gonna try and get this fire going. I'm gonna shut the camera down because I only charged it enough to where I could get this done. I'm gonna shut the camera down, get my paper out, and I'm going to look for some small sticks and a big stick to put the fish on, and I'm going to cook it right here on the concrete. So I'll catch y'all here in a little bit. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna try and get this all on video. Go away. Go on. Dogs leave me alone here. I got some paper here. Got my flint. Shake this up a little bit. Come on. Oh, almost. Start getting an ember there. All right, it's lit, got it going, put some small stuff on it. All right, y'all, got my fire going. Got it going real good. Had to blow on it and whatnot. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of camera, so I'm going to set the camera down for a second. Get me a piece of wood here. Looks like a good piece. I'm going to try and skewer. This piece might be way too big to skewer this. I just need it to go in as gill. That'll work. And then stack up some wood. Set them over the fire. Let y'all see what's going on. All right. My challenge is officially complete. We didn't specify that we had to eat these fish. I'm not going to eat a carp. Now, get me wrong, if something happens, everything goes to bull crap, and you're in that survivalist situation, you better believe my big ass is going to eat a carp. I'm going to eat whatever I can get a hold of. I'll eat the damn grasshoppers that I was catching for bait. Alright? Because when I was a kid down in Tennessee, man, we ate some chocolate-covered ants, chocolate-covered grasshoppers, So, eating insects ain't no big thing. That's kind of a southern thing. Ain't no big deal. Eat some crawfish, whatever. I'll eat that carp. But my challenge is complete. I have my fire all done with. Oh man, I lost it. There it is. My handy dandy watch, which it bends real easy now because all my stuff's out of it. I'm gonna tear it back apart, and I'm gonna go buy a battery for it now since I done ripped it apart. I'm gonna go see how much a battery is for it so I can get that one back up and going. I got a new one I'm making, but I'm on the board, boys. If y'all want to change the rule, go biggest fish, I think I got you. But you know, right now I got 2 fish, and my 2 fish equal out to like 10 bluegill. So they're done. They're cooked. Well, cooking. That was all the challenge was. So I'm gonna let this thing cook. Put my fire out, and I might have to put it out before it gets completely cooked because I got to go to work, and that fire took me forever, 15 minutes. So like I said, I'm not going to eat it because it is a carp. I'll probably give it to my dog or something. They like them. But I'm Big Bub. My fishing survival watch challenge is complete. Good luck, Outdoor Fanatic. Good luck, High Velocity Savage. Y'all stay tuned for my next video. Next video is going to be a drawing for the 100 subscribers. So if you haven't got in this drawing yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment at the 100 subscriber video because I'm giving that rod away. And you call whoever I draw, they'll have so many days to contact me. I'll get their colors and everything that they want. I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna ship it to them absolutely 100% free. These rods, I sell them for $100 plus shipping because I'm giving away one of my heavy 2-piece rods. So they'll throw up to 6 ounces of lead. My heavy 2-piece, my heavy 1-pieces will throw 10 ounces of lead. But I'm not going to send a 1-piece because they cost a whole lot more in shipping, and my dude's out of them. So I got a heavy 2-piece ordered. So I'm Big Bub. I'll catch y'all later. Bye bye.